beast! Ah!
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Not the Bees, the Nicolas Cage filmography podcast. I am Megs.
I'm Elizabeth.
And because it is the holiday season, this week we watched the second Nicolas Cage Christmas movie called Trapped in Paradise. It's from 1994, and it stars Jon Lovitz, Nicolas Cage, and Dana Carvey. At Christmas time, New York convicts Dave and Alvin, who are played by Jon Lovitz and Dana Carvey respectively, are paroled early and placed in the custody of their younger brother, Bill, who is played by Nick Cage, who is a restaurant manager. Dave and Alvin ask Bill to take them to Paradise, Pennsylvania to do a favor for a fellow inmate of theirs. Bill refuses as his brothers are not allowed out of the state, but agrees after believing himself to be linked to a robbery that his brothers almost committed. When they discover Paradise's bank is light on security, Bill agrees to rob the bank. The vault is locked and the president, Clifford Anderson, is on lunch. While Dave stays in the bank, Alvin and Bill charge into the restaurant and take Mr. Anderson and the restaurant patrons back to the bank. Bill and Dave gain access to the vault and soon rush out of the bank with $275,000 in cash, with Alvin driving the getaway car, but not without one of the bags triggering the vault's photoelectric sensor alarm. While trying to get out of town, Alvin gets them lost and the snowstorm increases. A passing police car spots a suspicious vehicle and spins around in pursuit, and they try to evade getting caught. Because of the snow-packed roads, they drive off a bridge. The police officer does not see them crash and drives past the bridge, but another car does stop and offers them a ride. Due to the interstates being closed, the man takes them to his relative's home. Upon arriving at the house, they find out that it is actually the house of the president, Mr. Anderson, from the bank, and his family. However, the relatives don't recognize them and treat the brothers with generosity. Vic Mizzucci, the inmate who gave Dave and Alvin the tip about the low security of the bank, gets enraged that they robbed the bank and busts out of jail. He and his henchman, Caesar, take the Furpo's mother, Edna, hostage and threaten to kill her unless they give him the stolen money. After several failed attempts to escape and finally get on their feet, Bill and Alvin decide to return the money to the bank, while Alvin reveals to Bill that he is not wanted in New York and that they scammed him so that they could get him to come here. Upset, Bill leaves his two brothers, then heads off to return the money and asks strangers for a ride to Paradise. By coincidence, the two strangers that he winds up getting a ride with are Vic and Caesar, and they're holding his mother hostage in the trunk. Bill shows them his mother's picture, whereupon Vic tries to shoot him so he can get the money that Bill has in his bag, but Bill jumps out of the car and escapes, rescued by Dave and Alvin. They try to get the money back to the bank, but trigger the alarm. Then they give the money to a church with a letter requesting it be returned to the townspeople. Trying to get away, inept shopkeepers Ed and Clovis, who had sold the Furpos the ski masks before the robbery, recognize them and want the money for themselves. Ed and Clovis grab the brothers and take them to the Andersons' house, while followed by the police. Vic and Caesar are holding the Andersons hostage, along with Timmy, the sheriff's son, Edna, and Sarah, who is Vic's daughter, and is also a tenant of the Anderson family. The police see the license plates on the car in front of the Anderson house are from a stolen car, and therefore order Vic and Caesar to come out with their hands held up. While the inmates are busy figuring out what to do, they get attacked by Timmy, who immobilizes Caesar and shoots Vic in the shoulder. The police rush into the house and take everyone to the police station. There, FBI agent Shadis Pizer tries to figure out what happened, and because the townspeople hide what they know about Bill, Alvin, and Dave, and the church pastor returns the money to the police, they release them. Bill stays in Paradise to be with Sarah, while Alvin and Dave return on a bus with their mother to New York. The end. Elizabeth?
Yes, dear.
What did you think of this movie?
This movie makes no goddamn sense.
No, it doesn't.
But I liked it.
Yeah.
Like, it's cute and it's fun, but, like, it is one giant gaping plot hole after anher. It is, and I don't know what Dana Carvey is doing with his voice, but it's stupid. And why does Nick Cage end up with the girl at the end? Because, like, they haven't even really made moony faces at each other. And this movie makes no goddamn sense.
You're absolutely right. It makes no sense whatsoever. And for the fact that so many of these actors are either from or have spent significant time in New York City, every one of them sounds like they are pretending to be from New York City. Like, I can't. And Dana Carvey kept, first of all, I love Dana Carvey so much, but he does not fit in this movie at all. His character is great comedic relief, but like he's very childlike. Also, the way he's doing his accent forces him to do this thing with his mouth that's incredibly distracting. And like they just don't seem like brothers at all. But it is very fun. It's very campy. It's very cheesy.
Cheesy is the right word. It is very cheesy.
It's very, like, the cheesy level on this is like fucking Velveeta. It's so cheesy. It's so corny. The place where Bill and then after him Alvin quote unquote discover the true meaning of Christmas after being treated so nicely by the people of Paradise, Pennsylvania. Like it's just it's so silly. What did you think of the caginess of this movie? Because this is one of his younger roles.
The caginess is there. There are scenes where there is like you can see it poking out a little bit. The scene where they go in to rob the bank, and the wife of the bank president is like, well, the only person with the keys to the vault is my husband and he's on lunch. And Nick Cage is like, well, let's go get him. So he takes her across the street into a crowded diner, and it's so crowded he can't get to the president. So he holds up the diner. And then can't leave everybody there because they'll call the cops the minute they leave. So he literally walks everyone from the diner over to the bank. And now it's like everybody in the fucking town is in the bank. It's so cheesy. This movie is so weird.
And yet somehow, as he's taking these people across the street from the diner to the bank, this giant crowd of people being led by two men with ski masks on, no other pedestrians in the town. And this town is full of people because they have a winter festival going on. So there's also like a lot of tourism happening on this like main drag in Paradise. And not a single person on the street doing their little Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve thinks anything is amiss. It's but my favorite part of that scene is actually back in the bank when John Lovett's Dave is trying to keep everyone cool and calm and collected, and he goes into like yoga breathing and they start singing carols. It's so silly.
I will say I really enjoyed getting to see Madchen Amick, who I've only ever seen in Twin Peaks. So that was nice. She plays Sarah, and it was nice to see her in a different role. The movie is also full of "Hey, it's that guys."
So many of them.
I don't know. This movie is just so weird. This movie is so incohesive.
It is. I love it so much so. It's such a 90s movie. Like, it's such a 90s Christmas movie.
It is. It is. It is reeking of the 90s. And the only reason that he gets together with her at the end is because you have to have that in a 90s movie.
Right, exactly. I mean, so the whole premise of this, basically, the way that they get to Paradise is that Dave, the eldest brother, has written a fake letter to him from another inmate decrying that his daughter Sarah doesn't ever come to visit, and because he's getting out on parole early, can you please go and find her and have her come and visit me? That's why they're there. They're looking for Sarah, the girl that ends up being with Nick Cage at the end. And like somehow she knows what they're there for, but like it's just inferred. It's not. Yeah. Like after one attempt of them trying to leave, Alvin ends up in a river because they're trying to get away like on a canoe, and they hit something and he flies out of the boat, and then he ends up being dragged a little bit down the river, and then this is like their second or third attempt trying to leave, and other people in a house nearby hear them, and they come out and they make a chain and they go into the water and they get him and they take him back and they revive him and they get him new clothes and he's all warm, and then they take them to church for, I'm assuming, midnight mass, which is weird because they're not Catholic. Like they make a point of saying it's not Catholic,
Yeah, they're Protestant.
Yeah, but still it's a very late Christmas Eve church service, which is traditionally a Catholic midnight mass. Anyways, I digress. And Sarah's there as they're walking into the church with these other neighbors, and she pulls Bill aside and she's like, I think you might have done something wrong, and I'm giving you an opportunity to leave. Why? You moved to this town. You changed your name to, like, separate yourself from your criminal father. You live with the bank manager. Like, they've become a second family. And you're going to let this random New York guy that you don't know, that you believe has robbed the bank, just leave and abscond with all of that money? Why?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So it literally is plot hole upon plot hole upon plot hole. They just make things up to further the story, but there's also a horse-drawn carriage. The horse's name is Merlin. It's very cute, and Alvin is very attached to him. It's very wholesome, despite how gritty this movie is.
I don't know how this movie got greenlit. It has so many plot holes.
It's only got 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Maybe it didn't have plot holes. Maybe they created plot holes through editing. I don't know. All I know is that this movie is not good.
It's not. It's really not a good movie.
But it's fun.
It's very fun. And like I said, the Rotten Tomatoes score, the tomato meter is only 10%. But the audience score on the movie is 42%. So almost half of the audience that's seen it and rated it enjoyed it, because it is fun. It is a lot of fun. Despite all the plot holes, the pacing is still pretty even. So, like, there's always something going on. It is funny. Yeah, I don't know. The mother is probably my favorite character.
She's fantastic.
Edna.
Mom, what are you doing here? I'm being held hostage on Jesus' birthday. What's it look like?
So funny. So funny. She's great. What would you give this movie?
I mean, it is fun, but I can't look past the glaringness of the plot holes. I could not possibly give it anything higher than a C.
No, I agree with you. I think it's definitely a very middle of the road situation. It's easily watchable. It is funny. It's well acted, but it's not very well written. It's not very well edited. Yeah, I think a C is fair. What would you give the caginess of it?
I don't know. I don't really feel like he's trying very hard in this movie, but there are flashes of Nick Cage brilliance in it. I'd be tempted to give him a B.
I think that's fair. I didn't think it was one of his best performances, but I genuinely, and I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know if maybe we just haven't seen that many of them, but he's not a comedic actor. Like, there have been times in movies where he has done things that are funny, but to me, I don't think, like, he's very good at just overall comedy.
Yeah.
Like, characters. He's not very strong there. I mean, for me, I would actually go lower than a B. Like, I was thinking a C as well. But
we can give him a C. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Well, then there you have it, folks. This is a C effort for Nicolas Cage in a C film. It is highly watchable. It is entertaining. It's definitely a theme movie, so it's really something that you would only watch around Christmas time. Yeah, it's very middle of the road. So that's I think that's actually going to do it. Sorry for the short episode. But I think that I would recommend this movie if you're in that kind of a mood. Otherwise, same spiel as we give you every week, guys. We are on all of your same podcast apps that we've been on. Again, we are also now on YouTube at Not the Beast Pod. We're on socials on Instagram at Not the Beast Pod. And if you are feeling generous and want to help support this show and our efforts, you can find us over on patreon.com/notthebees. Otherwise, we would just appreciate you to interact with this episode in any way, shape, or form. Like it, comment, share, whatever, just to boost the algorithm. But that's going to do it for us here at Not the Bees this week. I've been Megs.
I've been Elizabeth. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.